name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the bookie killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, the Bookie Killer. Sitting here with my ride-along host, the Paparazzi. What's popping?
Man, baseball is heating up. We're almost here to playoff time. I feel like I'm the skipper getting all excited for baseball.
Well, you should. Baseball playoffs is a lot of fucking money to be made, hands fucking down. And people got to be careful betting baseball right now due to the teams that have clinched and certain teams that aren't playing all their players. So if you are betting baseball, you better know what teams to be betting right now, teams that are looking to get the job done.
Well, for sure, like St. Louis just won 17 in a row. They lost finally last night, but people might think, hey, this team's unbeatable right now. But now that they have clinched, they might have different motivations with teams, resting players and everything
100%.
Like that.
That's what they need to do. Anyway, guys, podcast number 334. Today's September 30th. Show sponsored by Wager Attack and Blue Chew. Get a hold of us at 877-220-6540. Go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com, which was down for about 6 days.
It was.
Fucking amazing. Tragedy for the company, but it's up, back and running. Everything is fine, and we're ready to roll.
Guys, if the website's ever down, there's one solution. Just call the office, 877-220-6540. That guy right there will make sure he takes care of you.
No doubt about it. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at VIP Sports LV. If you don't want to call, direct message me is probably the best way of doing business. I'll get back with you immediately. Remember, we will not DM or spam you about contests or promotions, so if you get contacted by an account, which you probably have, with my picture on it, make sure it has the little blue check and you know it's me and not some stalker calling you from a Motel 6 sitting in his underwear drinking a 40 of Old English with $3 to his name.
You know what's funny? I actually got contacted over the weekend by somebody claiming to be VIP Sports.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what happens, guys, because when he's successful and everything like that, these con guys want to use a successful company, so they'll tell you anything. So, of course, they want to be Steve Stevens. They'll use fake graphics, fake pictures, and everything. So definitely make sure you're talking to the right company.
They've even recorded my voice and play it in the background like I'm behind the guy and shit. These guys are very fucking clever. I think they need to figure out something else to do with their time. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the podcast on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Click the bell on YouTube to receive any notifications of all videos we post. We greatly appreciate your thumbs up, and we do read all of your comments. Get in the game, guys, with my absolute blowout winter merchandise. It's time for them hoodies. It's getting a little chilly out in the mornings out here. Last night at D's baseball game, I was a little cold as well.
Yeah, it's 75 right now. The high is going to be only 80 today, but that's perfect Vegas weather.
So go to absoluteblowoutwinter.com and check it out. Moving on, like I said, we're going to do a couple different things. You want to go right into the NFL, or you want to do the shame on you segment?
Let's do the shame on you. I mean, this is about as stupid as you could possibly be. The Milwaukee Brewers' top setup man, reliever, pitcher Devin Williams, will most likely miss the postseason because he had a few drinks and broke his pitching hand after punching a wall Sunday night after the Brewers clinched the NL Central title. How stupid is that?
Sounds like his bitch fucked somebody else. I mean, what else? What's he hitting walls for?
He was happy that they celebrated to win the Central title, but you celebrate by using your pitching hand to go punch a wall, and now you're out for the season.
Yeah, but there's something behind it. What did he punch a wall for? Was he at the club? Did he see somebody else up in his girl, or what happened there?
I don't know. Was
somebody else was checking that temperature, you know what I mean?
Was Steve Stevens around the girl, or?
No, I've been at the crib, man. I've been doing this new move, man. Sold the house at the Ridges, bought another one, and definitely made a big mistake because moving fucking sucks.
I know.
Especially when you have a bunch of shit to move and 2 kids. But anyway, let's move right into NFL Week 4.
Well, guys, now we're going to move into the quick NFL season trends. Primetime games are now 8-1 to the over. We talked about that last week. The only one that's gone to the under is last Thursday night's game where Carolina and who was it they played? The Jets, I think? Yeah, Carolina and the Jets went under. And Sunday night non-primetime games, or these are Sunday non-primetime games, are now 27-12 to the under.
Yeah. like I said, so everybody that doesn't know what they're doing, they're going to bet the under because they think it's due to happen.
Yeah.
Now, what is the misconception there? I mean, when you have a 8-1 to the over primetime, I mean, do you try to go against the trend like all these guys do, or do you ride the trend?
Well, you've said for many years, you don't go expecting, like you said, you got a guy who hasn't got laid.
You can't bet a team due to win or something due to cover.
Right. You said, you go to the club with a guy who hasn't got laid 99 times. You think this is the 100th time, so he's going to get laid that night, or you think that guy's going home to jack off?
I'm riding the wave of him going home to jack off.
Right.
No doubt
Unless
fucking
it's
about it.
Stu, because he doesn't do that. Yeah.
100%. Recap, I said Carolina Panthers are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 road games and 5-0 to the under in their last 5 games overall. Result, Carolina won and covered and hit the under 24-9. Nice little 2 golden nuggets we handed out there.
Yeah, nice gift.
I also said the Raiders are 8-0 to the over lifetime at home in Las Vegas. Result, Raiders and Dolphins combined for 59 points, which was 13 points higher than the total. Another absolute blowout winner I gave them.
Yeah, Allegiant, man, that is like a plane because the points just take off over there.
They
every
sure as
fucking
fuck
game.
do. When they're in Allegiant, baby, you bet the over all day long.
Are you ready to get on Derek Carr's bandwagon yet?
No, but I do like him. I support him 100%. Like I said, it's just we had a couple different options. However, that option that I said, bringing Aaron Rodgers over, that dude looks like he's aged 20 years in fucking 1 season.
Yeah, he definitely does with the new look and everything. That first game was horrible. He has come on the last 2, and he's taken to social media to talk back to the haters and shit like that.
I'm sure he is, but the reality of it is, Aaron, it sounds to me like you want to be in Hollywood so bad. Sounds like you've snuck out in Hollywood into a side room. Sounds like he sucked a little dick or somebody might have put something in his ass because he definitely isn't the same, and he looks weird as fuck, and he just has that weird-ass look like he sucked a dick.
Yeah, his attitude has definitely changed. It went from all about being football in Green Bay to somebody's got in his ear, and he is definitely different.
Something in his ear or in his ass or his mouth, one of the two.
Yeah,
but anyway, I also said that a heavy under trend in the Jets versus Broncos game, and the Broncos were 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against the Jets. Result, Broncos won and covered 26-0 to the under. That's just a nice little 8 golden nuggets that we gave you last week, guys. If you're not watching this show and taking advantage of these winners, shame on you is all I can tell you.
Yeah, I know my good friend Randy in Texas. He's been writing down the golden nuggets and taking advantage.
Randy's probably been getting paid. I also said Dallas is 8-2 to the over in their last 10 home games, and the over was 6-0 in primetime games this season. Result, Dallas and Philly combined for 62 points. And yes, I was on that absolute blowout winner myself. Nice little 50 G's in the pocket. Let's do some hot teams against the spread, Poppy.
3 teams that are currently 3-0 against the spread: the Dallas Cowboys, the Carolina Panthers, and surprisingly, the Denver Broncos.
Exactly. So once again, the public all year so far, Kansas City. How many of you guys fucking been pounded on Kansas City every fucking
Dead
game?
last in the division.
You know what I mean? Tampa Bay. Did you think the top 3 teams against the spread would be Dallas, Carolina, and Denver Broncos?
Not no, but fuck no.
Exactly, guys. Pay attention to what's going on here. It's not about betting with your heart. It's about getting fucking paid. Plain and fucking simple. You work too hard for your money to guess. Plain and simple. Worst teams against the spread: the Jets, Washington, Jacksonville, and Kansas City. All 0-3 against the spread. Yeah. So, guys, stay off these fucking teams till they at least cover the spread 2 times in a row before you even think about getting on their bandwagon. Top over teams this season: Tampa Bay and the LA Rams are both 3-0 to the over this season. Also, Tampa Bay added Richard Sherman to their defensive secondary.
They did. You like that move or no?
It doesn't hurt him. Is he in his prime? He's going to be doing some outrageous stuff? No, but he's an OG that can definitely handle that defense and get them playing to their fullest capability. And that's pretty much why you bring in a veteran.
I agree.
So, top under teams: 7 teams are 3-0 to the under. Jets, Pittsburgh, New England, New Orleans, Denver, Carolina, and the Jets, all 3-0 to the under.
Yeah, we've been on several of those teams. That list is really not surprising. Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger looks like he should have retired a few years ago. He's definitely not the same Big Ben, that's for sure.
Now tell me this game isn't a trap fucking game if you ever seen one. Tampa Bay at New England. New England plus 6.5.
Well, the line right there is 6.5. So they're begging you to take Tom Brady just under a touchdown.
Exactly.
So right there, guys, you got to read into that a little bit. And this is the game that everybody's going to play. It's Brady going back to New England. If you're smart, you're going to call this guy who's got information.
Tampa, by the way, minus 6.5. The total 49. Like we just mentioned, Tampa Bay's 3-0 to the over, and New England's 3-0 to the under. The trend, New England is 0-2 in both games this season. Stat, rookie quarterback Mac Jones threw 3 interceptions last week, including a pick 6. So
Tampa Bay's secondary is very, very banged up. That's one of the reasons Richard Sherman was just signed. You got Tom Brady going back home, but you also got a guy named Bill Belichick who definitely does not want to get embarrassed at home, and people forget that. And whether or not you're going to be on Tampa Bay or not, this game is not just a walkover, and the books aren't just handing you minus 6.5, not a touchdown, on purpose, guys. So this game is not just as easy as it looks like that.
100% agreed. The trend in this game, the average total points in both of New England's home games this season is 43.5, which is 5.5 points lower than the current total of 48.5 for this game. Here's the story, like Poppy said. Bill Belichick says he never wanted Tom Brady to leave New England, and Brady felt Tampa Bay was the better situation for him. Belichick said, if anyone can play until he's 50, it's Tom Brady. Well, what else is he supposed to say?
Exactly. Bill Belichick is a genius when it comes to football motivation, and believe me, he'd like nothing more than his New England defense to go take Tom Brady right out of that fucking game.
Don't forget, phenomenal at cheating as well, which is the type of guy that I want coaching my team all fucking day long.
Yeah.
Do whatever it takes to get the fucking win. You know what I mean?
Many scandals and videotaping other teams' practices and everything like that. Do not forget that, guys.
Yeah, and be careful playing him on the golf course. You know that motherfucker's moving his ball constantly. College football, Poppy, who's that brought to you by?
My good friends at Blue Chew. Well, guys, fall is here now, and we could all use a stiff breeze. That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life. It can also help in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable tablet and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. So no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package.
Yeah, well, it's time to get off the couch and back to work. If your tool needs a little upgrade, if you know what I'm saying, head to BlueChew.com. So if you could benefit from a little extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use promotional code VIP at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code VIP to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and, more importantly, safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring our podcast.
One quick question. You think Justin Tucker, the kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, was taking Blue Chew when he kicked that 66-yarder against Detroit?
He was taking more than that. He might be on a little sippinate. That motherfucker got the job done. God damn.
Sure as fuck did.
Congratulations for breaking an NFL record.
You know, funny enough, the last time Baltimore played in Detroit, I happened to be there. It was a Monday night game. Tucker kicked 7 field goals that day, including a 63-yarder as time expired to win that game. So it really didn't shock me when he kicked that 66-yarder, but NFL record, great job. I mean, he's the man.
I can tell you right now, that's not going to be broken for several years.
I agree.
Several fucking years. That is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Here's some news. College football has become more dangerous off the field than on the field. WSU wide receiver Brandon Gray was shot during an early morning party near Pullman's campus. Gray is in stable condition, but after being critically injured. This shit is just outrageous.
Also, Utah football player Aaron Lowe was fatally shot early Sunday in Salt Lake City, less than a year after teammate and friend Ty Jordan was killed in an accidental shooting. Salt Lake City police said Lowe, 21, died on the scene in a shooting at a house party in the city's Sugar House neighborhood.
Guys got to be careful at these house parties, man. There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of alcohol involved. And it's not really so much the gangsters or the dudes that are hard doing the shooting these days. It's usually the scared little bitch out there on some alcohol, on some Molly, with that, man in a can courage. So, you guys got to protect yourself. I tell my kid and my teenager, Sean, all the time, wherever you go, whatever party you go to, look at your environment, always find an escape route, and know your surroundings at all fucking time.
Well, out here in Vegas, these kids are bringing guns to school. They're bringing guns to the water parks, Wet and Wild. My daughter was there. There was a gun situation where kids were shooting and stuff. I mean, it's getting fucking out of control.
It is, but, you say that it's getting out of control, but, like, when I went to school, in the 90s or whatever, in late 80s, gangbanging was in full effect. So, I mean, it was a lot worse during my time. I mean, they actually had to bring metal detectors in the school because everybody carried pistols. Everybody was shooting at the parties. And you would just hope that times would change. And, it's the same thing repeating itself.
Yeah.
It's a fucking shame. But be careful out there, guys. And you adults out there, school your fucking kids. Give them some street game. They could be the smartest book kid in the world and be the dumbest motherfucker in the street. So teach them a little street game. Make sure they check out their surroundings. Keep them safe so you can live another day to see your children, man.
And check out what they're doing on social media, guys, because so many of us don't. And these kids today on social media, it's out of control. It's a whole different world. It's not the same that we grew up with in our generation. So be on top of what your kids are doing.
No, back in my day, you did a shooting or something happened, you'd have to get snitched on or have to get caught red-handed. These days, these motherfuckers, they hear about somebody did a shooting, they go to their Instagram and it shows a picture of them with the exact same pistol they did the shooting.
Or they record it, and then they
Cameras
talk about
are
it.
everywhere, guys.
Yeah.
It ain't time for that shit no more. Recap college football. I said SMU 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games against TCU. Result, SMU won outright as 9-point underdog.
Dogs. Yeah.
How many fucking golden nuggets did we give out last week?
It's been the same thing for
Jesus
334 podcasts.
I mean, this is like a 90% against the spread we gave out last week.
Yeah.
I also said the total has hit the over. The last 5 SMU played TCU on the road. Result, both teams combined for 76 points. Absolute blowout over.
Yeah, lots of free golden nuggets last week.
I'm not done. I also said Boston College is 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games, and Missouri's just 1-2 against the spread this season. Result, Boston College won and covered as 2-point favorites, 41-34. Is there anything else we can do for you guys? You want me to come shine your shoes, wash your car? All you got to do is take 45 minutes out of your day, listen to the podcast, and make more money than you've ever had. It's probably preventing people from fucking calling.
It is, but that's the sad part. If you called, you'd really get to understand how to make money through his system and what he does. And that's the thing. It's real easy to just take golden nuggets, and we're happy to do that and make you some money. But if you really want to make money and earn a second income, and that's what he preaches, all you got to do is call the man, speak to the man,
Not to
and
mention,
show you how.
if you don't know what to do with the winners, if you don't have any money management, you don't have any discipline, you're not fucking profiting from them anyway.
Exactly. That's the other part. It's great to have winners, and all of us can use winners, don't get me wrong. But if you learn his system and how to do it right and the way to gamble and not play parlays and not play 20 games a day and everything like that, you can literally make yourself a second income, set yourself and your family up for retirement. Give him the call.
The second income can be more than your first income 9 out of 10 times. I can tell you that right now. Here's some top teams against the spread. Grab your pen and a piece of paper. Arkansas Razorbacks have been impressive, especially on defense. Arkansas, 4-0 against the spread.
And beat the shit out of Texas A&M last week.
6 teams are 3-0 against the spread, guys. Bowling Green, Rutgers, Kentucky, Mississippi, Texas, San Antonio, and Western Kentucky. All 6 teams, 3-0 against the spread. Western Michigan and San Diego State, West Virginia, and Nebraska have each won 3 straight games against the spread. Here's some top over teams that you want to bet over. 5 teams that are 3-0 to the over. Marshall, Rice, Pittsburgh, Tulsa, and Western Kentucky, all teams to take to the over. Top teams to take to the under. These are 5 teams, are each 4-0 to the under to start the season. Iowa, Nebraska, Texas A&M, Purdue, and of course Kent State. All 4-0 to the under.
Now I hope these guys aren't writing these down and saying, okay, now I'm going to go against each one of these this week, because that's not what you do. These are teams that are consistently showing you what you do. You ride that wave. You don't say, hey, this is the time I go against it.
And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's on my personal plays, hitting 77% on the entire NFL and college season.
Yeah.
You guys, it takes money to make money. You want to step up? You guys that are betting a couple grand a game, call and get my personal plays. I'll show you how to make an extra 10, 20,000 a week. But I know you could use it.
You're going to get a comment. Nobody hits 77% in the world.
Nobody they know in their broke-ass circle.
Correct. First off, that's on his personal plays, okay? There's different plays and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, don't think you're calling in for a $99 promotion and getting my personal plays. Plain and fucking simple.
There's different levels of service. Like he just said, it takes money to make money. He has to spend a shitload of money on those plays, guys. That's why he charges money. That's why he offsets it. He bets them himself. That's another thing. Why don't you bet the games himself? He does bet the games himself.
I know. I love when people say, why does he do a $99 promotion when he can just have his runners go out and bet the game? Are you guys the stupidest motherfuckers I've ever met in my fucking life? I bet my games. I make my millions. The whole reason why I open VIP Sports is to consult another couple $1 million a week and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a week. Is that a good enough answer for you, you dumb fuck?
And offset your costs that you spend.
And not to mention, if you get 100 people calling in for the $99 promotion, I'm sure you can fucking add, that's an extra $10,000 a day, you dumb fucks.
Right.
Not to mention, when we win for the guys, show them the formula for success, and they upgrade for a month, that's how you get real money. So you should think before you put a dumbass comment into my social media. Here's a preview, big SEC matchup of two defense powerhouses.
Yep.
Number 8, Arkansas, at number 2, Georgia. I like Georgia this year, man. They get the fucking job done.
Yep.
Minus 18, Georgia, by the way. Both teams are 4-0 straight up. Arkansas is 4-0 against the spread. Georgia's 3-1 against the spread. The total, 48.5.
Seems a little high for
well, one of the biggest games on paper, under games this season.
Yep.
Stats, Arkansas is allowing just 14 points per game. Georgia is allowing less than 6 points total per game. But be careful, because each team is 3-1 to the over. And the bookmaker knows that. So remember that. Scoring stats, Georgia is scoring 42 points per game. Arkansas is scoring 36 points per game. Here's the question, Poppy. Georgia has been dominating this year, but Arkansas just dominated number 5, Texas A&M. Do you think the Razorbacks are angry about being 18-point dogs?
Oh, I'm sure they're angry and disrespected, but Georgia's in a whole nother league. Georgia went over there to Clemson, totally shut Clemson down and everything like that. And you can be angry. You want to not be angry? Go shove it up their ass on the field. But good luck doing that, because I just don't see it.
No doubt. Number 12, Ole Miss, at number 1, Alabama. Alabama 14.5. That Alabama first half, baby.
Yeah.
Nick Saban battles his ex-offense coordinator, Lane Kiffin. Very big total in this game, guys, 79.5. Here's a stat. Alabama is the top scoring team in the nation, 53 points per game, and has hit the over in 3 straight games. Here's the trend. The over, 5-1 to the last 6 times these teams have met. So on paper, it's an over. Bookmaker knows it, makes the line at 80.
That's a high line. I mean, it's hard for me to tell anybody to take a game that's 80 to go over there. Do I think 14.5 is right here? Yes, I think Alabama can smash anybody on any day by 14.5. I think Nick Saban takes it as a personal little challenge, playing one of his assistants. And I think Alabama will have no problem beating the shit out of Ole Miss.
This is a game that Notre Dame is going to have to dig down deep and really see what they're all about.
Yeah.
You got number 7, Cincinnati, at number 9, Notre Dame. Notre Dame plus 2.5. This is a game Notre Dame needs to win for not only confidence, but to have a good season. And Cincinnati could be the guys that just fucking beat them down.
This is the game of the week, and this is one that's probably going to possibly determine one of these teams playing in the playoffs. So this game will probably knock one of these 2 teams out and probably make one of these 2 seasons. So this is the game this weekend.
Agreed. Cincy's 2-1 against the spread. Notre Dame's 2-2 against the spread. Notre Dame won outright as 6-point dogs against number 15 Wisconsin last week. Notre Dame's quarterback, Jack Cohn, left the game with an ankle injury, and his status this week is questionable. Here's the trend. Notre Dame is just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 home games. Here's the question, Poppy. Notre Dame is 24-1 straight up in their last 25 home games. Is betting on Notre Dame, does it make more sense to money line the Irish or take the points? I'll answer that for you. Take the points all day fucking long, especially against Cincinnati.
I totally agree. This game should be a very close game. Me personally, guys, you've heard me talk about it on the podcast. Cincinnati, I think, is one of the best teams in the nation, definitely defensively. Offensively, they're much improved. But you got a team who's 24-1 straight up their last 25 home games. Notre Dame is not a place to go in and just walk away with a victory as evidenced here. This game will be a tough game. It's not a game that I would go recommend to play a lot of money. I don't know if he's going to have a play on it, but I would definitely call the office.
We'll let you read this article right here, considering that you somehow, being in the paparazzi world, found out literally 10 minutes after it happened, before the guy even got taken off in the cop car.
I did.
You found out this information. So go ahead and let these people know.
Okay, guys. Well, Las Vegas police arrested John Bones Jones of the UFC just before 6 a.m. on Friday morning after one of Jones' fights was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. Jones was charged with injury and tampering to a vehicle, a felony, and misdemeanor battery, domestic violence, for allegedly pulling a woman's hair. The woman said Jones did not hit her in any way. After that incident, Jones allegedly became very irate and headbutted a police car. When asked about Jones' UFC, Dana White said, Jones has a lot of demons. Well,
Yeah, I can sum it up in one word: cocaine.
think that's the demon?
I know it is. I've dealt with that demon for fucking years, and it all starts with alcohol. And that's why I try not to drink, because I still fight those demons all the fucking time. I get drunk, or not even drunk. I have a couple drinks, and my mind is instantly thinking cocaine, and then after cocaine, it's gambling. And that's what threw my life upside down a couple years ago. So you got to kind of go to the root of the problem, which is drinking. Even though you're celebrating one of your fights being inducted into the Hall of Fame, I get it. But it's just that one drink, one thing leads to another, and you got to nip that shit right in the ass. I wish the best of luck to Jones, because, the dude is a good dude. He's had a lot of fucking problems. He deals with demons, and literally has prevented him from making millions and millions of dollars.
Well, speaking of nipping in the ass, millions of dollars in demons, what about R. Kelly?
R. Kelly's fucked. R. Kelly's getting life. And,
Is he getting fucked?
He will. Oh, yeah, they're going to beat him down. In fact, once he hits the yard out there, they're going to rip his asshole out and beat his ass. And not to mention, how many R&B... See, in prison, you have music studios.
Yeah.
I just want to see how many people are going to make him, right? Not everybody's going to have life. There's guys in there 5 years, 6 years, 20 years, 30 years. A couple guys in there with 2 years. I know if I was an R&B singer and I was in there, I'm making R. Kelly write me a whole album for absolutely fucking nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bring me some commissary. No doubt a fucking about it. So, like I said, you R&B singers, you better hope R. Kelly lands in your federal penitentiary, because have him write you a motherfucking album.
Will he have the money to get himself protected? Obviously he has money, but will he have the resources to keep himself protected in there?
No. What do you think, the Black Mafia family or the Black Gorilla family or anybody like that's going to protect the fucking pedophile? If anything, they're the ones that'll do the damage to him. It's your own people that'll fucking hurt you. They ain't going to protect you. In this particular situation, he doesn't have enough money to buy any type of protection for somebody getting to him. He will get his for sure. What blows my mind is, like Lavish said, these girls are 14. 14 is old enough to know what they're doing. Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, and he's a manipulator. And
your daughter's about to be 14 years old. Even though she acts like she's 20, she's still a little girl.
Correct.
And her mentality is a little girl.
Correct.
And can be coerced to do a lot of shit by some manipulated fucking adult.
With millions of dollars.
With millions of dollars, 100%. Major League Baseball update. St. Louis finally lost, like you said, after winning 17 straight games. In the 2 weeks after I mentioned St. Louis in our Who's Hot segment, Cardinals won 12 straight games. What else can I do for these people? There's not another podcast in the fucking world that gives you guys more winners and golden nuggets than I do, period. And if you say that there is, well, then rewind all my podcasts and find me somebody better, and I'll give you $100,000 fucking dollars.
Just show us.
How about that?
Just show us.
Men lie, women lie, results don't. Plain and fucking simple. AL wild card. Top 2 teams will play next week. Yankees are 1 game up on second place Boston. Toronto and Seattle are tied and are 1 game back of Boston for the second wild card spot. Yankees will host Tampa Bay Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to finish the season.
Yep, Boston plays at Washington this weekend. Toronto is going to host Baltimore this weekend, which would have been a cakewalk, but Baltimore has been playing better. Man, this is going to be a great end to the season. We got the playoffs starting next week. NBA preseason starts this week. NHL preseason is underway. Football is here. What more do you want? Money. That's all you've been doing is making people money. Guys, if you're betting the games and want to make money, make yourself, make your family money, all you got to do is call them.
There's really nothing else to say, guys. You want to better your life. You want to get your family things that they deserve. You want to get yourself things that you deserve. Want to upgrade your house. You know, want to worry about, things going wrong or an old car. You need to get a new car. Want to put your kids in private school. You want to eat the finest foods. You want to build a trust fund from your kids. Plain and fucking simple. Go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com or DM me at VIPSportsLV. Behalf of VIP Sports, myself, the crew, shout out to the VIP crew, which has been kicking ass and taking names, breaking fucking records, and all thanks to my winning games. However, my winning games don't mean nothing if my salesmen have no one to give them to. Once again, great guys. You've been killing it, and I love you. And for everybody else out there, we love you too. Stay motivated. Doesn't matter if it's hard times right now. They're talking about shutting the world down. Don't fall into the bullshit. Just stay focused. Take care of yourself. Work hard while the jobs are out there. Make as much money as you can. And remember, life is what it is. Always stay positive. Behalf of VIP Sports, myself, we love you. And remember one thing. Don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. Fair enough?
It must be the money talking.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Poppin' bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put a $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock, so sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Pac.
I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. It must be the money talking. It must be the money talking. I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. It must be the money talking. It must be the money talking. I keep